What is up, YouTube? Four Leaf Cards here. We're going live. We lost a good one today, Hank Aaron. And I feel like I want to draw, so just showing you guys what I'm up to. This is a Whitey Herzog that I've been working on. I need to get this one done and get it out before we lose Whitey. So, let's get some erasers there. That one's almost done. Just got to kind of fine line it up and do a little more detail in the hands and face area and some detail on the jacket. And then he'll be done. So that one's coming along pretty good. Let me put Whitey up here. And I think for Hank Aaron, we're going to do this one. Let's get a lot of face. Let's do, this is kind of there's less face on this one. It'll go quicker. It'll at least get me going. And then if we're feeling good, we will keep going. Live viewer comments on the screen. Welcome. Chat. Let's throw that up there. Show that up. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's do this one tonight. For now, at least. It's got the fours. It's a little bit of an older Hank Aaron, but this is probably when he was in his prime hitting those records. Get some of these pencils out of the way. We'll see if anybody comes into the chat. It doesn't matter. It's Friday night. I figured what the heck, we'll go live and see if anybody wants to hang out and doodle. If not, you guys can just sit back and enjoy. I need a little bit of this, a little bit of blue. I'm going to take a couple different blues out. Not sure what blue I want to do. I'm going to take a lot of blues out. Actually going to take a lot of blues out. I think I'm going to do this putty color for the bat, or maybe buttercup. I need a little bit of black. There's going to be a lot of fine line on this one. That's fine line, fine line. I need some browns. You guys can't see this, but my workspace is, believe it or not, pretty cluttered. I know. Can't believe it. All right, let's do this. This one's going to go pretty quick. Got a little bit of pencil smudge over here. I'm going to try to, let's lay this bat down first. Buttercup, let's start with the lighter color. See where we end up. Oh, wrong tip. Hello. Just give it a, I think this is going to look like a bat color. I got to remember to check the chat every once in a while. I'm not fully in love with all the colors that I have. I've been noticing that my skin tones are a touch orangey. That may be me a little bit and working on layering and trying to find the right colors, but I'm limited. There's only so many of them, so I'm going to leave the putty out of that for now. So even that looks a little bit, doesn't look too bad on the screen. It almost looks yellow on the screen, but anyway. Okay, browns. Let's put those all over here. There's not too much. The good news about this one is there's not a whole lot of face, which is good for me. I really need to start practicing faces more. Here's black. And this is going to be a white uniform with blue trim, blue numbers, blue stirrups. Some nice black Adidas cleats. Let me see what blue we want to do here. This is kind of light. It's really light, but I'll need that for the helmet. That's not too bad. And that's not bad for a dark color. Actually like that one a little bit better. Ooh, that's really dark. I might need that one too. That's really dark too. I'm going to put these two aside. I think I'm live. Well, even if I'm not live, who cares? I'm drawn. This is going to be about as blue as we're going to get, light blue. Everything else is going to be pretty dark. Matter of fact, it's going to be pretty dark here almost all the way. So I don't need a whole lot of that. We can't see any sock on the other side, so we're going to go right to that line. Well, a little before it, let it bleed into it. Probably going to come in and darken that up a little bit as well. Yep. I'm going to have to come in with one of my ultra fines and come in here and darken that up a little bit and make that crisp. Yeah, I'm not sure I even need that light one. I'll put it away. Let's see what this dark does. Yep, that's what I need right there, is that super dark. And then what I will do is come back in with this lighter one. Basically lighten it up to make it look a little bit rounder. This is going to be a little dark up at the top, not by much. And then the rest will be a little bit lighter. Blend that in. Hope you guys can't see that. What's up, W Vogs? I need to get this. Oh, and Derek's cards. I need to get this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. How you guys doing tonight? We're missing Hank Aaron here, so we're doodling. So it goes. So it goes. What are you guys up to? Anything good on this wonderful Friday night? It's going to be white up there. I got to be careful here. Anything doing? You guys get anything good? Pick up anything? I've been trying to find some retail, but everybody just scoops it up. So I got no luck with that. I'm going to make sure I'm trying to watch chat and draw, which is dangerous. Danger. Let's see what we got going on here. We got a white stripe at the bottom of the sleeve, and then he looks like he's wearing an undershirt that is blue. which saves me from having to do some skin tones, which is always good. One of these days, I will maybe take a lesson or do some studying or something. But for now, I don't know what I'm doing. Making it up as I go. Nothing was marked up. That's amazing because everything was marked up on eBay today. Holy moly. I was looking at some stuff just to see how crazy it was. I was thinking actually about, I actually had these kind of these reference pictures picked out. I was thinking about trying to send to Hank, and I know his wife signs or whatever, but I was thinking about maybe getting in on every once in a while he'll do a signing, although he's kind of quit doing signings. So I was going to take a shot, but too late. Although if his wife was signing everything, probably could still send it and get it signed, right? We got Sutton out, although we were kind of looking at the autographs. I think there's some rumors too that maybe his wife was signing for a bit there. We sent money, and so that would be kind of disappointing if we sent money and his wife was signing. But you're hearing more and more of that these days, or I am at least. I'm sure it was happening before, but there's plenty of guys that have ghost signers. But like Phil Jackson, he's like, "Oh yeah, I just have my grandkids sign it." He thinks it's funny. I'm sure he gets like 1 million letters a day, so I understand. But just say, "Listen, I'm not signing." I feel like that's dishonest to have your grandkids sign it. I think we got 4. We might have got 4 Suttons the first time we sent them, and I think we might have got 2. I think we sent 2 the second time, so I think we have 6 Suttons that we TTM'd, and really, there's only one out of the bunch that looks halfway decent. All right, what am I doing? This is white up top. I've got some blue. Looks like I got some shading here, some lighting here. Looks like you can kind of see the lights popping through here. Maybe one right on the end here. And this kind of comes in. Gotta leave room for those highlights. Man, I was looking at some pictures of Hank Aaron, and he's always got the baseball hat under the batting helmet. That was just, I used to do that when I was little. We always had a hat under the helmet. But it seems like he really liked that move. And then this is pretty much blue through here. Now we got to just work on some highlights. Yeah. What's up, Dustin? Sutton's just kind of weird for me, man. Not sure what's going on with Sutton. They were all like really well placed autos. It's like, man, you couldn't have picked a better place to put that. So it's somewhat disenchanting. I'm trying to make this look like it's shiny, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Put some shading back in here. Yeah. I feel like I'm Bob Ross right now. Put some happy trees in here. Where's my white one? I don't know if the Albany Patroons. I don't know if Phil Jackson. I'm not really from the Albany area originally. I really don't want to be from the Albany area currently, but that's where we settled. So I met my wife and things happened, I guess. She's from New York. I am not. Well, I don't know if that's gonna. We'll come back to that helmet a little bit later, see if we can make it look a little shinier. Who knows? Let's see. What do we want to do now? Oh, you know what? He's got a blue belt too. Let's see. Let's do this one. Is that the one I was using? Gotta be careful here. I'll have to come and make that look a little bit better. You know, I never watched the Patroons play either. That's dark. That's dark. I gotta put a little bit of dark up in here. This is actually a pretty easy drawing. I don't know where the microphone on my laptop is, by the way. So I'm hoping you guys can hear me all right. I mean, obviously you can hear me. A little bit of dark in here, a little bit of dark under here. A couple little wrinkles. Wrinkles. Kind of a big wrinkle right here coming around. A little bit of a shadow off the bat. A little bit of a darkness there. A little bit of a darkness here. And coming down in through the pit area. Coming in for a pit stop. Let's go Packers. What are we talking about? I don't know who I'm rooting for. I'm like confused this year. I mean, I'm a Patriots fan, but then you got Brady and then what? Gronk? Like, what are you doing? Like, why is Gronk going down there? So it's like, now I got to start rooting for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That doesn't make any sense. Not sure I can do it. A little bit of shadow. Well, you know what? This marker's a little too dark, so I'm going to come in and do it back with this one. Packers are gross. Smooth some of this stuff out here. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Packers. I mean, Rodgers is a good quarterback. I'll give him that. I gotta put some shading on these. Buccaneers suck. I'm okay with saying that. What's up, Spicy Bear? I'm okay with saying Dustin's pretty passionate about the Packers not winning anything. I'm not sure I'd get punched in the face for it, but I admire your enthusiasm. I don't know. I don't even know who to cheer for. I don't know what to do. I'm, you're the saying, you love the player, hate the team kind of thing or something like that. I know MP Fox is always saying that about Mookie when he was on the Red Sox, because they like Mookie. Of course, I was a Mookie fan, and I don't know what to do with Mookie now, with the Dodgers. I mean, I don't like the Dodgers. I mean, who likes the Dodgers except Dodgers fans? That's another good question. Like, is there a team that people would root for that's not their home team? I don't know the answer to that. Don't know the answer. Yeah, spicy. I'm pretty sad too. I wasn't a big Hank Aaron fanatic, but I mean, obviously the guy was pretty damn awesome baseball player. So um, it's pretty bad news. I mean, I heard he was a little grumpy, so I'm not. I don't like that. Like, I don't like when players are grumpy. I don't like that. That's the hat under the hat, in case you're wondering. Let's do some browns up here. I'm really liking this picture because I don't have hardly any face to draw, which is great. I'm going to start them off with this brown. I think that's a good brown to start with. Let's see, where's his face go? Get some hair in there. He got dark hair, so we're good. Boy, I don't know. I might have started a little too dark. It's all right. It's all right. Actually, with these kind of markers, you're better off starting dark and then coming in light after it. So that's all right. I'm going to come in with this, and I'm going to give him a little highlight here. Ooh. It's almost too much. Then I got to come in and do this ear right here. I need some black for the hair. Let's see. Drawing's looking good so far. Thanks, Spicy. Appreciate that. Willie Mays was grumpy too. I heard Hank Aaron was grumpy too. No? It's all rumors though. Like, I didn't know the guy. Like, how are you supposed to even know that? He's got more hair than that. Making the poor guy bald. Got a little bit coming around here. This was, well, I was looking at some Louis Tiant uh, pictures today. I was going to think about drawing Louis Tiant. I was like, oh man, that guy had a mustache. Holy moly. Let's see. Fine liner, fine liner. He's got a little bit of a hand poking out over here. He was not a batting glove kind of guy, I don't think. This is actually an interesting picture because there's not a lot of detail to do. This would be a good, like, I could see this being a good beginner picture. It's not too hard. A lot of white area. So that's pretty good. Where'd my black go? I already lost it. Yeah, so Bird Blylemon was a jerk, but then when you met him, he was cool, right? So, like, I don't know. There's rumors everywhere. How do you know what's true and what's not? You can't. You just can't know that. The other thing to keep in mind, though, too, is like, what if those guys really are jerks, and then just when they're signing, they put on their smiley face and get paid and be done with it, and then that's it. Then they go back to being jerks. I don't know. I think a lot of that stuff stems from, people are trying to ask for too much stuff. They expect things. I think that happens a lot in the world in general. You know, I'm going to have to do a lot of fine liner. Fine liner over here. Fine liner. So like somebody sent him like 10 things like, hey, can you sign this for free? And he's like, no. And then people are like, oh, he's a jerk. I wish the people in the TTM community were a little bit nicer. I think if you write a nice letter, and you pay them, like even the guys that don't charge a fee, I was putting $5 in and be like, hey, get a coffee. You know, you keep asking for too many things for free and they're going to stop. So I kind of looked at it as my job to at least get them a cup of coffee or something and make them be like, all right, I guess there's some guys doing TTM that aren't too bad. Yeah, exactly. I got bad days too, right? I try not to have too many bad days. Life's too short to have too many bad days and be a jerk, but they have happened. Okay. Apparently, Hank Aaron was an Adidas guy, for those of you that are keeping track. What else we got to do on this? On the big picture stuff, we need to put in some highlights or lowlights or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm not an artist, so no classical training. Just a whatever you want to call that. Public service announcement. He's got a little bit of wrinkles here on his pants. I'm just going to put a little bit of light gray in there. He's got a little bit of wrinkle down here, kind of on his knee. A little bit of wrinkle there. Some wrinkles here. One kind of goes away out there. There's a couple little wrinkles. I don't know if I really want to put them all in. You know, when you're doing stuff, you can kind of pick what you want to put in. That's the beauty. Like, even though it's like looking, you got like a picture that you're looking at that's kind of your reference picture. You don't have to put it in if you don't want. You're the master. This is your masterpiece. A little bit of a ankle thing there. A little bit of shadowing back on this sock over here. A little bit underneath. Let's see here. Underneath this leg, there's a little bit of shadow in this way. Good amount. Well, not that good of amount. It's nothing crazy. A little bit underneath this leg here. And these kind of go out quite a ways. Let's see what we got here. We got a pocket of some sort. I'm just going to put a little light gray in there for this pocket. So that shows up. We got a little bit of a belt action. So we're going to just line in a little bit of gray here where the belt goes. Otherwise, this is a pretty clean, there's a little bit of kind of some wrinkles up through this part of the shirt. It's pretty clean, man. Pretty clean. A couple little things that kind of go up through here. There's one that kind of comes down his shoulder and wrinkles that 4. But it's not big. And maybe a couple twisties up through here. That's about it. I'll take this one up a little bit further. Man, there's not much shadowing in this one at all, guys. So you'll see what'll happen with that is that as soon as we start outlining some stuff, it'll pop pretty good. Man, I'm almost done with this one. We might get 2 done on this. The next one's got a lot of face, which is kind of scary to me, but, you can't be afraid of it, Can't be afraid of it. Man, I can't believe Hank Aaron passed. I wish I had got his autograph. I really got to start putting a full court press on Hall of Fame autographs and just lay out the cash. Like, some of them are pretty good. Like Yaz, I was trying to find he doesn't really do TTM, so I was trying to find a signing. He did one back in November. Like, shoot, I missed it. Like, I wish I had known that. I probably would have sent to that, but he's like $160. That's just crazy money. But like, any day now, Yaz could die, So if I want to do, like, I really want to get some of this artwork signed. So Hey, what's up, Adam? Thanks for that. Appreciate it. You guys are so supportive. I appreciate it. So yeah. Oh, you guys probably didn't come in right in the beginning. I am working on a Whitey Herzog. So there's Whitey's. I thought that was a really cool picture of him arguing with an umpire. So we get that one, almost done. I gotta kind of fine line some stuff and put some detail in and do the faces a little bit. Put some detail in, but hopefully I can get that one off to Whitey. Here's another one, and that's why I'm trying to get that done. Whitey's. I mean, how old is Whitey? He's got to be really old. So I got to get that done before these guys start going on us. How many Hall of Famers have we lost? We lost Sutton and Hank, and how many before that? We lost so many this year. All right, let me see here. These are these. I just got these markers. They're like super fine line. Like I really needed them. I was trying to do it with colored pencils, and wasn't working. Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna do maybe this blue here. Let me just test it. Yep, I think that's the blue we're gonna use. I need a little bit of a brownish for his face to kind of drop that in. I need a dark blue for the hat under the under the helmet. So let's do that one. I will probably outline the bat in a lighter brown. Oh, you know what I need is red on their uniforms. Those 4s are outlined in red with white in between. And I need a black for the shoes. And that should be good. This is kind of how I art. I just take it all out and I do it. And then I put it back in. What do you get here, Spicy? Hey, thanks, Dustin. If you're still in, appreciate you stopping in, man. Love the support. Appreciate you, man. What'd you get here, Spicy? Picked up the 55 Bowman, Bobby Thompson autograph, Beckett graded. Nice. Super nice. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, let's do this blue. Let's get the blues done and out of the way. Let's get the blues out of the way. We get the Hank Aaron blues, man. So sad to have him go. I hope he didn't. I mean, he never. I don't know what he died of, but I hope he didn't suffer much. Obviously, that would stink. Sorry, I'm focusing wicked. Trying to keep this all in the camera, but I'm not really set up to do this. I need to. We're talking about building a garage and putting a room up above it. That'd be really nice. It'll be kind of like my man cave. But that'd be nice because we're talking about. I don't know if this will happen or not, but we're talking about like a 30 by 40 garage. So the room upstairs would be pretty nice. I'm not sure we're going to have enough capital to do it because we're trying to save up and pay cash for it. Of course, I guess I could sell some cards, but who wants to do that? But the price of lumber is just crazy with all this China, Corona, tariffs. Trump was doing stuff. The lumber yards weren't going. Everybody was shut down. They weren't essential, so I'm hoping that opens up a little bit here in 2021 and things start moving again and the price of lumber comes down. You don't think it's a garage, right? But you start adding up the lumber and it basically tripled in price. I mean, if you go down to, just the Home Depot or whatever, a 2x4 or by 8, just cheap stuff was, I don't know, up here at least was like $2.30 38 cents, I think, or something like that. And right now, if you go in there, it's like $6.80. So just multiply that out times, and those are 2x4s, you know. So if you're going to build it out of 2x6s, you got to add the dimensional in and then multiply that times however many, and it starts adding up really quickly. So we got everything on hold right now. Surprisingly, the concrete is still pretty cheap. I was thinking about maybe just pouring it all right now, but I don't want to start a project, pour a bunch of concrete, and then have it just be concrete for like a year and a half or whatever. So for now, we got just everything on hold. And maybe someday will be the day that we pull the trigger, but when that happens, guys, it's going to be pretty sweet because I will get a room upstairs. We've got some basic plans drawn up, and it looks like it'll be something like, depends on the trust company. We got something into the trust company right now to figure out what the snow loads are and all that stuff is, but it looks like it could be pretty darn good. Something like at least 17 or 18 feet by 40 feet. So it depends on how the pitch of the roof and all that stuff, but we'll see what it ends up being, I guess. But for now, everything's on hold. Skylight in the roof. I was thinking about, I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, I actually want to keep light out of there. And I was almost thinking no windows up there, but then it's like, okay, but that's for me. If I ever want to sell the house, people are going to be like, why didn't you put any windows up there? So I'll probably put a window on either end. And then I was thinking about putting maybe like a dormer or two, on the south facing side, just to get some heat into there in the wintertime or something. But I don't know. Then you start putting dormers in, that adds cost, and I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what to do there. But for now, it went into design without anything. Get these lined up here. This is actually, like I said, this one's looking pretty good here. This is a fairly easy drawing, if you will. There's not a lot of shading. There's not a lot of colors. It's a fairly straightforward draw. So all I'm doing now is just sharpening everything up here a little bit. With these fine liners. I think it's going to look really good once we put the red in here. And once we outline the white areas with a little bit of I guess I didn't pull that out, but maybe I'll do like a medium, just like a grayish color, maybe. Some fuzzies on there. I don't know what's going on. Looks like I could have colored in a little bit better there, but it's not overly noticeable. Oop. Sometimes you make a little mistake, but that's all right. Just kind of come back in, and you can't make too many mistakes in the same area. That's when you get in trouble. Oh, what else is going on? Oh man, there's just one of you guys all left. Who's left? Is Spicy hanging out? Or does the one count as me? I'm still unclear as if that's just me. Somebody's kind of just got me on the background maybe, or if the one counts as me. I don't know. Just here talking to myself. Which is okay too. Oh, hey, it's Brett. What's up, man? Back with a vengeance. It's Friday night. Brett Stone. I feel like that would be Brett Stone would be like a good wrestling name. I'm not sure anybody's ever told you that or not, but Farm League Sports cards. I gotta enunciate my S's. How are you tonight? Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. You guys are all so positive on my drawing here. You guys are gonna make me think I could do this more often and professionally and whatnot. I saw Scott over at Reindeer put up a nice video. If you guys haven't seen that, I would highly recommend checking it out. He did it in ink, black ink, and skill level 10.5. What am I doing with this here? I think his hat. This is like the old school, like Hank Aaron, where you wear your baseball cap underneath your batting helmet. And actually, I was having a hard time finding him in a picture where he did not wear his baseball cap under his batting helmet. So interesting fact there. I think he was a baseball hat under the helmet kind of guy. Yeah, Scott's was pretty awesome. I mean, I need to start working more on faces and shading and things like that. I mean, I'm not a professional, so that's my big problem. I think number one, I think Scott just has really like just raw talent, and also Scott has some training and lots of practice. I think Scott. Don't quote me on this. I hope he's not. He's not. Well, if he's in here, he can adjust me. But I think Scott was like an art, like like where you go to like places like Disney World or whatever, and like somebody will draw your like character for you. I think Scott was one of those people. So he was basically doodling for a living. I don't know if that was in college or right out of college or something. I don't know the story 100%. So I don't don't take it for what I'm saying, but I think I got a strong hunch that at one point he mentioned something about doodling at. I don't even know where it would. I don't know if it was at SeaWorld or something, maybe. So I don't know. I got to get that story down about Scott because if that's true, it's pretty cool. Just gonna do this in blue while I'm here. Why not? Okay, the blues. Do I have the blues all pretty tight? I think so. I think the blues are tight. I think, yeah. See, it's all right. I got you. Think I'm right too? All right. I'm gonna go with that. I'm pretty sure he said something. I just can't remember. Can't remember what it was and what he was saying. But for in my mind, I think he did something like that. I'm gonna highlight this bat in kind of a darker brown right here. So yeah, Scott's just got. Oop, I got a little out of line there. Got a little out of line. Scott's got raw talent, like I said, and lots of practice and stuff. So he does his faces really good. I am not very good with faces. So this is my kind of picture right here where I can just kind of like come in and like outline that, drop a little bit of brown in there, whip it around, and it looks pretty good because he's looking away. That's my kind of picture. And plus, so number one, that suits my talent level. But I love pictures that show like the back of jerseys, like the number or the name. To me, that's like, and I like action. So like Hank Aaron was a hitter, so I wanted to have him in a good hitting stance, and I wanted his jersey numbers. Like that to me, that's like a really cool. Yeah, it's Hank Aaron. Jays, what's up, man? Jays Mix. Glad to have you in here, man. So yeah, we're doodling Hank. Just kind of a thing. Like I feel like I didn't do. I used to be kind of a doodler, like a long time ago, 20 years ago or something. But really, watching Scott and being friends with Scott over at Reindeer has got me thinking, okay, all right, I'll just do some doodles. Like it's more of a funny kind of thing. But as I've been doodling more and more, it's kind of like relaxing. So I find myself in the evenings just kind of bringing, and I have better equipment now. I bought some nice markers. Well, they're not nice, but I bought lots of different colored markers. Like I was trying to do it before with like nothing, like Crayola, like my kids' markers. So I found it as soon as I got like the good markers and it wasn't stressful. Like trying to draw with like 6 colors is very difficult. Like that should be a challenge. Like, okay, you're a really good artist. Here, take a box of the 10 Crayola and color something. And I'm sure somebody could do really good with that. But when I started off, I was like, I'll draw a picture. And I had like Crayola markers or like a 20 count of colored pencils, which you can do. Yeah, portraits are wicked hard. So when I got these other markers though, which have, I don't know, it says on 168 colors, totally opened everything up. Now I only use a certain amount of them, and I wish the skin tones were more, so of those 168 colors, there's a lot of like whatever blues and purples and reds and, and really for a sports drawing, you really only need like 3 reds. You get like a light red, a medium red, and a dark red, and you can do all the shading. And same thing with the blues. You really only need like a light blue, a medium blue, and a dark blue. All the colors you really only need like 3 of. And faces though, you need like 20 different colors. And so you got like really, really white guys, and you got really, really black guys, and you got Hispanic guys, and you got like the skin tones are like infinity. So it makes it pretty hard to do. I gotta make sure what color I'm drawing here. I got sidetracked on just talking about colors, but once I got those colors, the world opened up. And then what I was doing was coming back in with colored pencils. But what I found is the paper I'm using is a watercolor paper because these are alcohol markers. So you need something that can take the liquid a little bit better than just like a regular paper. And the colored pencils were, as you kind of colored on it, watercolor paper is almost a little more like bumpy. And so the colored pencils were looking like spotty, look like spots. In cases like where you're doing a face and you're trying to make like a 5 o'clock shadow, that was working out really good. But where you're trying to make like smooth skin tones, it wasn't working out so good. So I bought this set of markers, which is and they're much smaller. Like I had another set of like small markers, but these are 4 millimeters. So there's 72 colors in this one. And so this has greatly helped me out on some of these fine details. So I'm digging that. Yeah, I mean, here's the other thing. So like I like my medium that I've spent a lot of time in, like, not a lot, I say a lot of time, but is watercolor. So like watercolors, you give me just, red, yellow, blue, and then a black, and watercolors using white is cheating, but a white pigment, you can do infinity, right? And you mix it on your palette and you do what you want. So I find that watercolors is actually much easier to do. That being said, there's more cleanup. There's, you got to have a lot more brushes, so you have to have all that kind of stuff with you. And so I find it nice just to have. I got my 2 packs of markers, and I kind of do that. So I don't know. I mean, I prefer watercolors because you can do many, many, many more things. Um, yeah, black is cheating. Well, I don't know. Well, white is definitely cheating in watercolors. Black, not so much. I mean, it's a pigment, right? Black is all the colors. White is the absence of colors. So, like, white is cheating. But black, you can just make blacks if you combine everything, right? Anyway, uh, so where was I at here? I got to get back to drawing here. We're going to be doing the same. I was thinking about almost doing another one here. What time is it? Well, that's 11. Okay, let me see here. I got to draw in a pinstripe right here. It's kind of a dark pinstripe, so I think this is going to work. Then when it gets down here, it gets a little jagged, and it comes off the leg right there. Okay, that's that. Boom, boom. Yeah, art is like super relaxing. Like that was the point I was trying to make, and I got sidetracked with colors or whatever. But like, I find that at night, if I just take my markers and I sit down, I just color in for a little bit, kind of cools me down for the night. So it's really been enjoyable to do that. So I highly encourage it. I got to drop a red one in here right tight, so I got to focus a little bit here. I got to follow this line pretty tight. Gets a little jagged through there with some wrinkles. All right. We got the red in there. Tight, like a tiger. And I got to come back and do these shoes too. I got to outline the 4s. So I'm going to lose that red there. Otherwise, everything looks good except for over here. I kind of lose the red on that crease. Yeah, spicy. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I feel like when we were all younger, didn't we all kind of like, I don't know if it's just like we had time or whatever, but like, we all doodled. Like you're in school and you got, your notebook cover or whatever. I always had a doodle or something on it. So we all have it. I think we all have a little bit of artistic skill within us, and I would assume that we all had some basic art class. Probably a lot of us were kind of like, why do I have to take all this art class? But art's good to have. The basics, the colors and all that stuff. And whew, these fine liners are tight. Yeah, so like when I first got started back into this, I mean, I've been doing I've done some watercolor here and there. Like when I got married, I did a watercolor for our marriage certificate, so that everybody signed. So, I did all the calligraphy on that and a watercolor there. I did a watercolor of my parents' house for them for Christmas one year. I think I did, so I've done a little bit of watercolor, but this has really taken off. I want to do, well, my goals are 40 doodles this year. I mean, I think I've already done 8, so we're heading in the right direction. But like I said, if you're doing, like if I'm sitting there for, watching TV or something, just chilling out, hanging out. My wife likes to watch TV while she works at night. and I don't really like TV. Well, the TV she puts on is just junk as far as I'm concerned. Um, so she can put her junk TV on, and I just grab my little pad here and start coloring in a little bit. I can almost finish one in a night. I mean, you take this one. I mean, I've been on since 10. It's been about an hour. So now I've been chatting and doing all that stuff. But, um, a simple one like this could be done in an hour very easily, which is great. Absolutely great. So, if I could do a couple of these a week, you do 2 or 3 a week. Boy, that adds up in a year. I got to think about who I'm going to do next. Brett, man, you got all that stuff in there and you don't doodle? Come on, man. You got to bring that back. You got to bring that back. You'd probably be pretty good at this, Brett. I find, like I'd really enjoy drawing or coloring the baseball players. I mean, I guess it's almost like putting two hobbies together, if you will. I don't know. Sorry, I'm coming off the screen here there. But I think it's great. It's super relaxing. It's like I said, especially like my wife's watching junk on TV. I don't want to fill my brain with that junk. All right, we got the reds in, we got the blues in, we got the browns in. All right, I gotta do the shoes, pow, and I gotta outline the whole thing, which I forgot to pull out a gray. Yeah, you remember? Hey, Farmley, you were there. You remember that one night I was drinking something and doing all them poor arts? Yeah, my wife's like, "What are you doing with all these poor arts? Like, they need to find a home." So they're like all out in the garage, just stacked up. I should just give them away. Be like, "Okay, here's a yellow and green one. Who's a Oakland A's fan? You get a free art. You get free art." It's like who was that? Oprah, when she was giving away the car. You get a car. You get a car. I'd be like, "You get free art. You get free art." Yeah, my wife was. She laughed. I mean, she's a good wife. She humors me quite a bit, but uh, she was laughing at me like, "What are we gonna do with like 20 paintings that all poor art?" Yeah, whiskey and poor painting probably is a poor choice, if you will, pun intended. All right, this is just all white uniform, so it's just going to get a kind of a gray outline. That's kind of got a blue outline there. I got to do this in here. I should pour myself a drink. Well, that's how I get in trouble. Not a lot of trouble, but that's how I ended up with 30 pieces of poor art. And actually, that I don't know if you were in all the way till the end, but Slob came in and Slob was like, "Yeah, why don't you open up one of those hanger packs of 2019 Prism basketball?" And I did. And I pulled a Ja Morant orange cracked ice rookie. And at the time, it was like $400. And here I am, 3 sheets to the wind, handling a $400 card. Now he's twisted his ankle. I don't know. Does anybody know if Ja Morant's back yet? I don't know if they were going to keep him out for a couple weeks. But he got rookie of the year, so Pretty sweet card to pull. I'm going to leave that down there for now. That's going pretty good here. Yeah, what's going on? I saw he had a video up the other day, something about he couldn't handle all the stuff or whatever, and he was going to not do videos anymore. I mean, couldn't handle the pressure. I don't get it. I feel bad. Like I feel like, like every once in a while I would josh him a little bit, I hope he didn't take offense to it. I mean, I wasn't hard on him that bad, but every once in a while I'd just josh him a little bit. But where I'm from, if you josh somebody, that means you're good, pretty darn good friends. And I figured Slob as a friend. He was always on my stuff and checking out my videos. Oh, he's back? Is he just doing it to do it or what? It's hard to tell with him sometimes. I don't know. I feel like if I was going to tell everybody I was leaving, then I would leave. You know what? I need some of that putty marker. I'm going to color the bottom of this shoe right here. This putty one is one of my favorite ones. Oh, Ja was back. Okay. I thought it was. It's pretty rough getting Slob and Ja Morant crossed up, I guess. Those are two totally different people. So he's back. So Ja's back. That's crazy. So everybody's like, oh my God, he's finished. And then he was only out 2 weeks. All right. What am I doing here? I don't even know. Black. Put in these Adidas stripes. Tighten this up a little bit over here. Looks like I got some shoestrings in here dangling. Pretty sure you heard that in the chat room, huh? All right, I got a couple little cleats. I don't know if I want to do that in black, though. I'd do that in kind of a lighter gray. Let's see here. I got a cleat here. I got a cleat here. I got a cleat there. I got a cleat here. Looks like there's one up front here. Maybe one out in there. I'm gonna put some dirt in the bottom too, though. So that'll cover that up a little bit. I have not made a video for the YouTube Hall of Fame yet. I don't know what I'm going to do this year. I am somewhat overly fanatical about it, in that I look at I have a spreadsheet and I have what I call power rankings, and it takes into account Um, a couple different things. Mostly because I have a hard time. So you're asking me to basically pick out 10 of my favorite channels, and I've got hundreds of channels that I watch. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube. A lot of times I might be driving for 4 hours at a clip, and I literally just put YouTube on and listen to it for 4 or 5 hours at a time. So I have, and I try to get in as many live streams as possible and just say hi and how you doing and that kind of stuff. And so for me to pick out 10, it's impossible. And then everybody's like, well, which ones are your must watch? Well, there's 30 or 40 of them, that I watch all of, like every single one. So, a lot of them are already in the Hall of Fame. So that takes those guys out. So this year, some of that got a little easy, but then there was a bunch of new channels that came up that just made it past, so it's past the 1 year mark. The other thing too is I think the spirit of that kind of program is to get channels out to people. So, um, and for me, it's about the community first. So and everybody, I get it. Like the power rankings, you look at Jabs, you look at Packer Cards 87. Those guys have huge power rankings, but I never see them commenting on other people's videos, right? They're managing their channels fairly well. I don't see them in live streams of other people. So for me, I think the spirit of the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame is about the community aspect of it. And so I mean, Jabs was one of the first channels I ever saw on YouTube with sports cards. So, in essence, he was part of getting me into the community. So there's something there that, you know, he probably needs to have some recognition because he gets so many people just involved. But once I was watching his stuff for a while, it was turned off because if you don't buy anything from him, then you're not part of it. And then the live stream, there's like 1,000 people in there and you can't get a word in edgewise. So it's not a very healthy hangout place. Whereas, you look at somebody like Eloy who breaks some stuff. I mean, I see him and it's like, how are you in everybody else's chats, man? I see Eloy all over the place. So, he's kind of like a hybrid. He opens stuff for himself, but he breaks some things and he's doing, so for me, a breaker would be, for this would be more like an Eloy, not a Jabs, and to me, it's about the participation in the community. And it's like, if I recommend somebody, I want them to be somebody that then would subscribe to your channel, like, hey, I just found you, like Four Leaf sent me here and be like, oh, I know Four Leaf, let me subscribe to your channel. And then they would watch some of your videos and make some comments and be a participant in it. So for me, how do you put a number to that? How do you select that? And so I've changed. Last year it really ate away at me, and I just went with the power ranking kind of. I feel like I did I put a good ballot together. I mean, how can you not? I mean, if you pick out 30 of the top guys, I mean, you guys watching videos, there's 20 or 30 channels that are showing up on just about everybody. Everybody's a little bit different, but there's 20 or 30 that are getting a good amount of the votes. Like those are the solid ones. So then it's like, I look at my ballot and I say, okay, I'm going to pick some of the good ones because those are the ones that need to get in there. But then maybe I need to throw in one or two that are kind of newer that seem to be pretty active and get those guys out there. But it's like, man, is that a Hall of Fame? So you got to really think about what the spirit of the event is. So again, that makes it harder for me to pick. But I have these power rankings, and I feel like you need to be around for a little bit. I'm almost thinking about moving mine to 2 years. And honestly, it's you got to have another level in there to kind of just say, okay, I mean, even 2 years is not a long time, but there's been so many people that come up, you're like, oh, cool channel, and then they just stop making videos. So it's like, okay, can't vote for them. And there's, if you see some ballots too, like I just watched two ballots today where they had, hey, listen, I would vote for you, but you haven't made a video in 6 months. It's about creating content. And I'm not saying you got to go every day. We've actually been trying to do, I don't know why, but I think it's Ricky Russo. Like he was a one video a day kind of guy, and it was just like, wow, that guy's awesome. And I came out of the gates pretty hot, and I was like averaging one video a day, and I was like, holy moly, I think I can do 365 videos in my first year. And so we went for it. And then I just kind of continued on. I mean, it's easy. I used to make 20-minute videos or 30-minute videos, and a lot of people are like, hey man, I just can't watch 30 minutes of you, checking out your ComC order. I mean, I would order like 1,000 cards of ComC and then just go through the whole box at once. And it was too much. So we've been splitting up our mail days and making sure that I'm really aiming for that 5-minute mark, because a lot of people don't have time. And especially once you get into it, right? So think about how many channels you watch. And like for me, it's a lot. And I'm assuming, like, if you're really into it, you guys probably have a lot of channels too. And if everybody made 20 or 30-minute videos, you'd never catch all your buddies' videos. Yeah, Ricky Russo was a legend, man. Ricky Russo totally was a legend. Rest in peace, Ricky. I'm glad I got a couple of his Goomba boxes there right at the end. I mean, I sent him like, I can't even believe it still, but like I sent him $200 or something, and then he died. Like he sent me these boxes and like died the next week. Like I sent him an email like, hey, thanks. If you got more, I'll take more. And then I never heard back from him. Like, holy crap. I just got like Ricky's last thing. Right. So totally impossible to watch, everybody. So we've kind of taken the approach here that we're going to try to chunk our videos up in 5 minutes, and we're going to go every day. So maybe you don't get us every day, but if you got 5 minutes, I don't know how, you're sitting on the toilet or something, you can at least see what's coming into our collection, or, see us just open a quick little box or pack of something or whatever. And so we've been trying to do these 5-minute ones and then put them out, every, kind of on average one a day. But that takes a lot of effort. We don't edit much, but, it takes a lot of effort just to keep track of it and whatever. I mean, luckily for me, Little Leaf just loves cards. I kind of use it like, hey, if you're, behaving well, and we can go do some cards and make videos. I mean, for some reason, the kid just likes, saying, what's up, YouTube? It's Little Leaf here, I mean, he loves that. So sometimes it's hard for me to keep him. Like the last 3 nights ago, we took a night and we made a bunch of videos that have kind of been releasing the rest of this week. And the kid was bouncing off the walls like, come on, man, we got to make these videos. And hopefully it didn't sound like I was, yelling at him too much, but it's just like, he was all about bubble wrap and all this other stuff. And it's like, hey man, come on, we got to make some videos. But he was funny. He was telling jokes. So if you guys like jokes, Little Leaf was a jokester here this week. But yeah, so to get back to this YouTube Hall of Fame, it's really hard to pick 10. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I really wasn't about subscriber count or, years. But I'm thinking I might bump that up or do something with it. I don't know what I'm going to do. And it helps too, because like what happens is like a lot of these people become your friends. Like we're hanging out, like it's Friday night, you guys are hanging out with me. I really appreciate that. And you get to be friends. You keep hanging out. I mean, it's crazy. It's like really weird. Like can't see your face, you guys can't see my face. I don't even know who you are. You don't know who I am, but we're friends, right? We're hanging out. And we have a shared interest. Like we all like baseball. Like right now, you guys clicked on this, hey, Hank Aaron passed away. I'm going to hang out with Four Leaf and watch him draw Hank Aaron. So you get to be friends with everybody. And it's like, shit, I gotta pick which friends I'm going to vote for. Holy crap. So for me, it's all about numbers, and I've got to find a way to put numbers to stuff. So I can say, listen, hey, you just like this year, you didn't have the number on that. But next year you'll have the numbers probably. Right. So then you go in there, but I don't know what to do. Making a ballot is so hard. I mean, and it eats away at me because it's like it's all your friends. These are all the guys that you listen to, So I don't know what I'm going to do. So this is a long answer for a short question, but hey, thanks, Jay, man. Appreciate you stopping in. You have a good night too. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so many of the big ones are already in it. So that's like, it's good that some of those guys are already in there. So then I don't have to worry about it. Like, oh, they're already in. I mean, you shouldn't have a hard time picking, like finding 10. It's picking the 10 out of the however many. These shoes look too clean. I'm pretty much done with this. Those shoes look a little clean, though. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to put a little scuff. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a little scuff in there. See if this alcohol marker will wash this away. Oh, man, Derek's car's in here? Yeah, that's interesting because it wasn't, the counter's not counting people right, I don't think. I don't know what that means. Like right now it says 2. No, now it's down to 1. So maybe it was Derek's and Jay's. Jay just left. Jay's mix. Oh, this ain't coming out. Maybe I gotta get the white one. Probably I'm not gonna do the second drawing. You know what? Maybe I'll hang out tomorrow night and do the second drawing. I don't know. Come on, scuff it up. I'm trying to make a scuff mark. Come on. I want to do a little scuff over here. Come on. Sometimes these markers don't cooperate very well. You can see the detail fairly good from here, so I think I'm okay. It's probably hard to see on the camera. Come on. It's actually good that it's hard to scuff it. All right. You know what? I haven't used markers much before this either, and I'm digging them. I'm digging them. I'm digging them. I'm digging them. I am digging them. Like I said, I was doing a lot of watercolors, a lot of acrylic. Those were kind of my two main medias, were watercolors, and acrylic. I like acrylic. I mean, acrylic's really forgiving. I'm gonna throw down some dirt here, and I think we're gonna call it finitoed. It's a little bit different because you got it's almost like a watercolor in some regards because you can kind of push the colors around a little bit. Just gonna throw down a little bit of throw down a little bit of dirt kind of here and here. Yeah. And maybe a little bit darker. Let me bring that one back in and just kind of smudge that around a little bit. Bada bing, bada boom. Wicked Discount. What's up, man? Appreciate you coming in here. Yeah, we're just doing a little doodling, hitting up the old Hank Aaron doodle. 4. I'm just feeling like I needed to get something on paper. It's kind of funny, my camera has got a weird angle, so it makes him look like kind of short a little bit, but he looks longer in real life. Or there, you can see he's a little bit longer that way. But it's funny that my camera angle makes him look like a midget. I got my Carlton Fisk autos in the way over here. Let me see. I don't know. The angle doesn't change. But anyway, he's not drawn short. He looks pretty good. He's proportional. Thanks, man. Spicy, you're back, man. People are in and out. I love it. Yeah, we're just finishing that up. So that's done. Whoops. Got his head cut off there. I have opportunity to do another one, but it's 11:39. This one's got more face. I guess I could probably start it. Okay, we're going to call that one finitoed. This one's a little bit more of a close-up. This one's a challenge for me because I'm definitely not a professional. And it's got a lot of face. So to me, that's dangerous. I like picking those pictures from behind so you don't get in too much trouble with the face. But interestingly enough, I left a lot of white space on this one. I was like, I'm going to draw this down a little bit and leave a lot of white space up top and see what happens. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, Farm League. Hey, man. Appreciate you stopping in, chatting. Always a pleasure. Wicked, what do I do with them? I'm not doing anything right now. Well, so like for example, here I'm working on a Whitey Herzog one. I better put that marker away. So I got a Whitey Herzog one here. He signs TTM, so I'm gonna try to send this one off and get it signed. I thought that was a pretty cool picture of him kind of arguing with them. I got to go in and, like I said, I'm not great with faces, but I got to go in and do a little detail on the hands and the faces and finish this one up. But I wanted to get this Hank Aaron done today. It's just feeling like I needed to do it. So, yeah, I'm going to try to send that one off TTM. I'll put him back up here. Obviously, I can't send Hank TTM, but I just wanted to get some Hank done. Just felt right today. Somewhat cathartic, I guess is what you would call it. I think that's the right word, cathartic. That's one of them 10-cent words, I think. But I noticed Scott over at Reindeer did one. And I've been feeling kind of like these doodles have been feeling pretty good lately. Like I've been kind of doodling at night. My wife puts some trash on TV. I don't agree with some of the stuff she's watching. Just junk, and she's just for entertainment, but I got better things to do with my brain. So she puts her junk on the TV and while she's doing her work, and I kind of get out my doodle pad and I've been doodling baseball players. So that's kind of what we've been doing with it. Just making it feel good. And then, hearing that Hank Aaron pass, it's like, you know what? I was going to try to finish up that Whitey Herzog tonight, but you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of Hank, and then I'll have Hank kind of done. I'll do these two for Hank, and then we'll have him done. Now I gotta see what I gotta do here. I need blues again. Blue, blue, blue. I don't know what blues I'm gonna do. I got a lot of blues to choose from. Blue, blue, blue. It's kind of like a dark blue on the bottom for sure. That one's not too bad. That one's almost too blue. I'm going to get rid of that one. That one is my highlights. I'm going to keep that one out. I actually like that blue better than that one. I think I like that one better than that one. I don't know if those are the blues I picked for the last drawing, but those are the blues I'm going to go with for this one. What's up, Muskoka? Let's see. The only TV I watch is baseball. Yeah, well, I don't get to pick the channels around these parts. So I get trash on my TV. You know, The Bachelor and stuff like that, where it's like, you know, like, do you really think that this happens in real life? Like, you're putting, like, right now, like, what is it, 20 women or what, something, one guy, they're all making out with each other. Just like, man, everybody's going to have corona. All right, what am I doing here? Blue. But she likes to watch that. I don't know. It's like romantic or something. But that's making out. One guy making out with 20 girls is not romantic in my book. This one's going to have a little more detail. Spicy. This one got a little more face in it too. So that's putting the level up another probably like 8 notches. That last one was a really good. Let's see what I got here. I got this. You got all kinds of folds up in here. You guys can't really see that, can you? Let's see what we got here. That's dark. Well, I'm going to have to come in with the dark and do that. The good news on this one is he's also wearing a shirt, a batting shirt, or a shirt underneath his jersey. So then you don't have to do skin tones on the arms. Those can get to be a little bit tough. You know, you're trying to get all the shades on the, you know, the different muscles and stuff. Shirts, undershirts are great. We will take them. And he tends to wear quite a few undershirts, and he always, it's hard to find a picture with him without his hat under his batting helmet. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if there's any stories on that or what. You know what I got to do is I got to come in with that dark one just so I keep my place here. So this is dark. And this is kind of a little dark here. A little dark in there. And this is a little dark. And a little dark in here. And then this is all kind of dark down in here. Cards in my car. Our Posada, what's up? Thank you, thank you. You guys that just popped in here, we did finish. We finished this one here. So there's the first one. That was a pretty simple one, so it was easy to do. So I'm going on to number 2. So there's the first one, and I am working on a Whitey Herzog, so some people are interested in that. Thought that was a cool picture. I got to go in and do. I was gonna finish that one tonight, and Hank Aaron passed, so I was like, I'm gonna do Hank. But so there's a Whitey Herzog I'm working on. So we're gonna do some dark down in the bottom here, up to about right here. It kind of wraps around here a little bit. Just chilling out. You got anything? I haven't seen. Well, I don't know. You know what, Posada? I'm not sure. I've got you on like notifications or whatever, but I haven't seen anything from a while, and I'm not sure. Like, I just found somebody who I can't remember who it was, but it was like I know I was subscribed to them, and then like I went to check out their channels. Like, oh, I haven't seen a video in a bit, and then it was like subscribe, and I was like, wait a minute, I was already subscribed to them. So I don't know if there's some sort of weird like YouTube thing that I don't know if it's if you don't click on their videos in a while or something weird happens, but like there's channels where it's like I know I was subscribed to them, and then all of a sudden I'm not subscribed to them. Like, what is that all about? You guys ever experienced that? I don't know if it's me. You know, I don't know if it's something that I did. Just gonna blend these blues together here a little bit. You know, like, did I click on too many channels at once? Because I watch a lot of YouTube, and I wonder, like, you know, I'm gonna spurt, like I'll add like 10 channels in a day if I'm really getting into it. You know, I wonder if YouTube has like some sort of algorithms that's like, hey, this guy added too many channels, so we gotta go back and look at that and take away some of his channels. I don't know. Don't know the answer, but I know I was watching some of your stuff, Posada, and then all of a sudden, nada. But I don't know, maybe you haven't been making videos either. But the other thing, too, is like it's nearly impossible to get people in my feed because I got so many damn channels. It's not a bad thing, I guess, but that sounded pretty bad. But it's like I can't keep up with everybody in my feed, so I know I missed some. Yeah, all right. So you're seeing that too. Yeah, Spicy Bear. Yeah, I haven't seen anything from you. All right. So that's good to know, man. So it's not personal. It's not personal because I was watching some of your stuff for sure. So I'll have to make sure I go back. I'm gonna make a little note here. Let me just stop and check if I got you still in there. I'm gonna write this on here. Posada. Make sure I got you on there, man. This is stupid. Or at least like tell me like, oh, hey, you haven't watched this channel in a while. We're gonna like take you off, and I'd be like, no. You know, like give me the chance. Like just don't delete crap out of there. Like, how do you justify that? Like, I wonder if that's YouTube's way to make sure that you really like the channel. Like if they take it away and then you go resubscribe to it, then you know it's a sure thing. You know what I need in there is a little bit of highlights. What's the one chip challenge? What do you have to do for the one chip challenge? You gotta eat a chip? Is that those spicy chips? Piquillo chips. Yeah, I've seen these. What's these spicy things? Somebody's got a nut thing. Somebody's got two like spicy nuts where you got to eat the nuts and they're like super spicy. You know what? I need a red. 5 minutes without drinking or eating anything. Oh my God. That doesn't sound fun, to be honest. But I feel like that would be so. Like I don't show my face on my channel, but I feel like that would be like a good first one. Like, hey, you guys never see my face. I'm gonna show my face today, and I'm gonna do it by eating the one chip. Do the one chip challenge. Oh, you know what? This is gonna sound strange. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but I need some like pink or something. I need a couple of these pinks. I don't know. That's not even pink. Like, I want to have a talk with the guys that made this marker set. It's kind of like that cap is leading, like it's pink, but it's red. It's like a red. It's not fun at all. I feel like I could give that a shot. Okay, let's see. Red down in here. So this is the brim of his baseball cap is red. Actually, it gets fairly dark red up underneath. So I might need a dark red. And then this is kind of also a red, but it gets pretty pink in the glare. So I'm just going to give it kind of this base down here. And then I'm going to... What's a little nitro gummy? You guys are opening my world to things that I've never even heard about. What the heck is a little nitro? Is that like super spicy? I mean, spicy stuff for Spicy Bear is probably not too spicy. That blended pretty nice. Now I need a little bit of dark red to come underneath there. The hat is pretty dark. That's not dark at all. The cap is misleading again. Vivid red. Oh, maybe this is the one. Yep, there we go. All right, pink. What the hell did I do with the regular red? Deep red, dark red, crimson. Chew it for 15 seconds. And it wasn't that bad, though. You got to chew the chip for 50 seconds? What's this little nitro gummy bear? Where the heck do you even get this stuff? Is that something you got to, like, order somewhere? Carmine. Is it gonna dry? You did the gummy bear and it didn't before YouTube and it didn't work out so good? What do you got? You guys got to order this? Where do you buy this thing? How do you get it? I'm intrigued. Well, I'm not going to go to San Francisco, man. Come on. We don't have any hot stores. There's a store that just sells like hot stuff. It's crazy. People in New York, I don't think eat a lot of hot stuff. Like you put a little too much pepper in a recipe and my wife's like, oh my gosh, my mouth's on fire. No bueno for her. She can't even have like medium buffalo wings. Amazon's got it. Amazon's got everything. All right, this is dark underneath here. Whoa, that's almost a little too dark. It's not really, but I'm gonna come down to a 5. These got numbers on them. So that's an 8. Whoa, wrong one. I feel like I gotta buy one of these things on Amazon now. They sell out fast on Amazon. I'm gonna have to look into that. All right, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do in this batting helmet? There's a lot of this dark blue. Kind of all the way to here, and then it's kind of dark, kind of like right in there that way. So this will be the dark part. I might have to do this challenge. It's just one chip. One like is it like a Dorito? And it's just like powdered with like toxic chemical spice. Man, one chip, that's crazy. What's that cost? Like $15? I'm gonna have to watch the video. Like I'm gonna watch that video. I've already got a note down to make sure I'm double check it. So that's gonna be the first video I watch. Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do next color here. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Is this darker? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up a little bit more on this one. And it kind of goes something like this. Oh man, Scott's in. We were just talking about you. I hope your ears were ringing, saying, you must be busy tormenting people with all your 11 whatever degrees of whatever that I never win. You had me tied up today, man. You had me tied up. I mean, I was fit to be tied. I mean, serious. I didn't know what to do. I'm still not even sure what you put me down for. Was it Burt Reynolds or Bill Murray? I loved your Hank Aaron today, so I was like, you know what? I was going to finish my Whitey Herzog, I don't think you've seen that one, but I'm working on this Whitey Herzog. I think you're gonna like it. I thought that was a cool picture. I got to finish in the faces. You know how weak I am with faces. I got to do the hands and faces a little bit, but otherwise I'm close. But I was going to finish up that Whitey Herzog, but I was like, you know what? No, I got to do some Hank Aaron. And that being said, we did a simple one earlier when I first started. So there's that one. That one came out pretty good, I think. It was really simple. There's not a lot of shading, white uniform, so nothing doing there. No face. That's my kind of picture. So he looks a little short, but it doesn't in person. I think it's just the camera angle. But if I put it this way, he looks longer. He's not a midget. I drew him to good proportions. Bert, all right, I got Bert. I did win once, but that was like a long time ago. And there's other people that have won twice. I feel like I'm really putting in some good, choices there. I mean, I'm not complaining, whatever. But it's like it's tough, man, because it's like, okay, I want somebody that's cool. Like, I don't want some Yahoo to put up on my wall. You know what I'm saying? So you can see like Burt Reynolds, like he's a dude, man. He's a dude. So that's the kind of dude I'm looking for. It's all right. Other people do need to win. I'm not arguing with that. So, but it really ties me up, man, because I'm trying to get in there, and everybody else is stealing my answers, and it's a frenzy, man. And I can't help but think that other people are in a frenzy state, trying to get it in there, and like, shit, man, I got to get my thing in before somebody else gets it. So Burt Reynolds, it is. I think Bill Murray would have been a good one. That's all right. Maybe somebody else can use that. They'll probably win. That's fine. I have a alternative ending for that. I just haven't employed it yet, but it's probably going to happen. Okay, where was that? This one got a lot of face in it. So Bert is a dude, man. I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. Bert's a dude. That's a dude. That's a man's man right there. That belongs in a man cave. Shit balls. I forgot what blue I was using. I got too many blues here. Whatever. It's not that important. I got a little bit of white jersey over there. I got to be careful. I loved your ink drawing today, man. I'm tempted to try that kind of medium. It's fairly simple, right? It's just shading. It's kind of like watercolors. And I love my watercolors. I like watercolors better than these markers, but the thing about these markers is so easy. You like just plop yourself down and start drawing. That's the beauty of them. There's no real highlights over here, so I can color dark all the way. I'm just going to let that bleed off the page here, right here, like that. You don't really know what's going on over here. I got to put a little bit of dark in here, just so you can see that that's his arm. I'll put a little dark, get it a little darker down this way. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, like easier. But I find, so my limitation is the colors. So like with watercolor, you get your palette out and you can make infinite colors. Like if you don't like it, you can add a little yellow or you can add a little brown. You can change the colors very easily. Whereas with these markers, you can do it with the blending a little bit, but you sometimes, like, and especially on the faces, like I'm having a hard time with that. Having a hard time. Just I wish. So like you're right though, and when you said because it's got 168 colors, you're like, oh, you're only going to use 10 of them, and you're right. So for like reds, I only need 3 reds, right? I need like a light red, a medium red, and a dark red for shading, highlights and lowlights, right? And then you're good. Like everything with a uniform, like blues, I just need like basically 3 blues. Maybe 4 or 5. Depends on like some teams have navy blue and some teams have royal blue. So blue maybe one, but anyway, the other colors you really only need like 3 or 4 where you can highlight and low light and you're good. But like in a face, I feel like I have like I'm always like orange. I'm leaning orange with the set I have. And I could use like 5 more in like a browner tone. And like all I have is like dark brown. So you're either like really black or you're really orange. You look like Donald Trump, or you look like Hank Aaron. So I have a hard time in the middle. But that's all right. It is what it is. Let's see. What else are we going to do? This jersey appears to be kind of a gray jersey. So we're going to do a light kind of gray. Whoop, wrong tip size. Did you do your ballot, Scott, for the YouTube Hall of Fame? I can't remember. If I've been trying to watch everybody's videos, and I feel like I've watched like 80 of them. And I'm not sure if I have or not. What is this? Did somebody send me a text message? Time is it? Who's text messaging me? Oh, it's Scott. Oh, it's Scott watching me on the TV. That's a trip, man. That's like me watching you watch me on your TV on my YouTube. It's like third dimension kind of stuff. Crazy stuff. You have not. Okay, I didn't think I'd seen one, but you never know. I'm fixing to sit down with that here pretty quick, I guess. I don't know. What do we got? We got another week maybe. But we were just chatting about that, and it's so hard because what's the criteria, and Mike's the problem is Mike's got to open right up. I mean, it is opened way up, like basically anybody's eligible, and that's fine, but people don't realize like, hey, it's just like tell people some good channels to check out. Like if you have that in mind, then life's a dream. Don't worry about it. But everybody gets so hopped up, like, oh my gosh. Then you got zombies telling everybody if you vote for him, he's gonna put a contest for everybody that votes for him. Whether he does or not, I don't know, but he's getting quite a few votes. He's the one that was complaining the most about it. So it's like, I don't know. I like Jason enough, like, but like don't be complaining about it and then whatever. I don't know. He's funny. He's been wearing his Notre Dame hat. It's got a 4-leaf clover on it. So I've been telling him he's been out beating the stump or whatever for me. So not that I am going to get in, but that's fine. I've noticed a couple of people have voted for me. That's crazy to get a vote. Like to get a vote, I don't think people realize this, but like to get a vote is like crazy. Like I think like just to get one vote, I think that's like you just won the lottery. Yeah, no problem, Posada. Thanks for popping in, man. I'm going to have to try that chip challenge out. I'll check out your video. As soon as we started talking about the Hall of Fame, we lost Posada. I'm just joking. So you got your cat all snuggled in. I like this gray. I like this light gray. It's going to look good. Everything's going to pop. It's kind of that real rough fabric, but I don't know how to make that. I don't know how to make that pattern in there. You got to think about that. There is a lot of silliness. Silliness is a good way to put that. Like, come on, man, we're all grown. Like, then you hear like people are doing stupid things, like putting in stupid votes. whatever. People are voting for things just to see what happens. Dummies. Well, you got to think though too. Like YouTube is entertainment. I mean, let's be honest, right? I mean, that's the whole point of this is to have some entertainment. So maybe the drama is good in some regard. I mean, not fully, not like fully welcomed, but perhaps a little drama is not a bad thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with my votes, man. I'm having a hard time. I think about stretching it out to 2 years, maybe. So I got a little bit of a crease here in this jersey. Well, you can't see me drawing up there. I was thinking about stretching it out to 2 years. Then I was like, I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter. Whatever. Just then I was thinking, why don't I? Because I got a solid like 30. You know, it starts off with about 120 channels that I kind of watch. And I watch a lot of YouTube. I haven't been watching as much this year because I haven't been traveling as much. But like, there's times when I'm traveling, like, I'll put that on like 4 or 5 hours at a whack and just watch YouTube for like 5 hours straight, you know? So I get a lot of channels to watch. And this year, not so much, but it usually starts out with about 100 and, I don't know, 115, 130. I don't know where I'm at right now, but it's a lot of channels. And then I've got this power ranking where it looks at views and, well, I'm not really, like, YouTube has some analytics that you can run on channels. So I kind of do the initial scrub of the data, if you will, and I get these power rankings. Well, they're biased a little bit, and so I changed my equation and I added in some other YouTube analytics to make my own. So I have this like power ranking, and then I have make sure I'm not just drawing all over wherever. Okay. And then I have like a view ranking. I have a couple of different like like, you know, it's like war, B war, you know, ops, all this, you know, when you're looking at baseball stats. And it's probably too much, but what it does is it allows me to at least put some numbers to some things and say, okay, like right now this channel, you're not ready. You know, and it's not me being biased. Like I can be like, hey, like your power ranking is not very good right now. Maybe that'll change next year or something, you know, and it allows me to, this little Indian guy, he's not welcome anymore, I'm sure. Hey, did you guys get a team name? What are you guys going to be? The Cleveland what? Cleveland Rocks? What was the names? I can't remember what they were thinking about. Cleveland something, I don't know. It's escaping me right now. I don't see what the big deal is. Doesn't he have I thought he had like a big mane or something, or feathers off of him, but it doesn't look like it here. That might have been the older one. I got to do a little bit more mascot trivia to look at some of these older mascots. Spiders, I just feel like that's not, like, Spiders just kind of a weird, I don't feel comfortable with that. Like, it's creepy crawly. Like, the Cleveland Spiders. Like, is anything, like, nothing else is the Spiders. Like, I don't think Spiders is Like it's a professional like baseball team. Like spiders ain't gonna cut it, I don't think. Like if you're gonna be spiders was one of them was a throwback name to one of the teams before. Were they the spiders before? Way back when or something? I can't remember the story now. I'm just my brain power is all just gone. Uh spiders. No. I can't accept the spiders. I feel like people would laugh. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go play the spiders. What am I doing here? Red. Red? Yeah, red. That's funny. That's all you got is the spiders? I just can't I can't do the spiders. I can't. Yeah, there was a spiders. I knew there was something way back when. I feel like the spiders is not scary enough. This couldn't you guys be like another Sox team? Like couldn't you be the Blue Sox or something? We could use another Sox team. The Naps, Guardians, like Guardians of the Galaxies. Naps. What's Naps? What's Naps short for? Naps. The Jetsons. Maybe. I don't think the Jetsons would float it either. Napoleons. Oh, Nap Lajoie. I don't know. I don't think the Napoleons is going to cut it either. That doesn't really conjure up good memories. I mean, Nap Lajoie, okay, one thing. But I don't think a lot of people would get the reference. And they'd be like, Napoleon. That guy was a little short little guy. And he wasn't very nice. And he got put on an island. And he likes stinky women. Do you guys know that? He would like write a note back to Napoleon and Josephine, and he'd be like, "Hey, I'm coming home from battle in like 2 weeks. Don't take a bath. I want you smelling good and ripe. That's how I like it." True story. Guys are getting a little bit of a history lesson here tonight. That's what I do for you guys, just for you. But you can't see me coloring. I'm just putting a little blue. Blue. Yep, it's getting late. Don't even know my primaries. Learn something new every day, buddy. Something new every day. All right, I'm going to come in and color that in with the fine liner. What do we got left? Everything that I'm trying to avoid. Skin tones. Actually, I got his baseball cap underneath here. That is his baseball cap. Baseball cap. Baseball cap. What are we going to do here with this highlighting? It's really light. Should I do it? Should I go for it? Why not? See if I can blend some of this in here. I've got to make sure I leave room for the A. I think it's too light. I went to one click too light, I think, but that's okay. We can come in and darken it, and then I'll drop in a highlight on top. We'll just fill this in. We'll use this as the wetting agent. And blend some of that in a little bit, maybe. What else you got going on, man? We got 3 in here. It's a party. That's official. What do we got going on tonight, guys? Anything good? Brilliant blue. It's too bright. I don't want that. I just got to come in with this dark stuff, I guess. Oh, it's so dark. I guess I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go in with the dark stuff. Scary. And then I'm going to come in with the light one on top of it. I'm going to blend it out and shade it in. See what happens. It's working. It's working. Sometimes you got to take that little risk. That's kind of a little bit more of the color I wanted. Anybody got anything new going on? Any pickups coming? Anybody find any retail? That stuff's impossible. I got some guys around here that are just sucking it up, man. I mean, sucking it up. All of it. Driving me nuts. All right, I like that shading there. That's not bad. What do I got left to do here? Man, I need a 1 on the gray. Drop in some shades of gray. Not 50 of them, though. Yeah, you don't even look. I don't look anymore. Well, I look, but I don't know. You got a little bit of a kind of shade going on here, down this way. I don't know what that is. He's not very wrinkly. He's got a nice jersey going on here. Got a little bit of a shade up in here. There's a touch of shade coming off of these shoulders. Not much though. I'm probably gonna put some shade in there that's not there, just for dramatic effect. there is a little bit of shade all up in here. That's his pinstripe. And then it kind of whips up in here and then whips down. And there's some good shade up in here. I got one that kind of comes down like that. Whoa, 2 cards from the 40s. Big time. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm searching for a Ted Williams. This is on my list. A Playing Days card. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, and this is maybe a good question. I'm thinking about including the exhibit cards in there. They're more of like a postcard. I'm sure you guys are seeing an exhibit. I at first was not accepting that as as a qualifying, but I'm thinking about letting it come in as a qualifying one. I don't know what to do. I'm going to put a little shade down in here. I'm going to put I got a little crinkle here, so I need some shade all up in here. Need a little bit of shade underneath his arm. Actually, I probably need some shade all the way down up in here, like this, the whole bottom. I'm gonna have to come back and blend that in. Yeah, they are pretty affordable. I mean, I was looking at one that was graded pretty good, and I think it was, $200 or something. But like, my initial thought was kind of like a Bowman, like either a Bowman 5051 or a Topps, one of the 50s Topps. But like, they're just so expensive, and I think for that one, I want to get it graded. I don't want to mess around with some fakes or whatever people are doing. So I'm somewhat sensitive to kind of the fake market. Just trying to blend some of this stuff back in here now. If you guys are wondering what the heck I'm doing. Just shading in a little bit. That's looking pretty good. Pretty heavy on the shade over here, but I think that's correct. I'm going to just try to bring that up a little bit. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that exhibit. Maybe I'll buy the exhibit and be done with it, but because that's the nice thing about the exhibit is a very early card, so I think it's 30. I want to say it's something like 38 to 41 or 36 to 40 something. There's a range that they would have printed them, but it's fairly early in Ted Williams' career. So do I grab a, for all intents and purposes, it could have been a 39 or 40 exhibit, or do I grab like a 51 Bowman, like later in his career? I mean, he had wartime in between, but I don't know what to do with that. I don't know. Don't know. You know, on this, the angle on this camera too, by the way, it makes his arms look like chicken wings, but it's just perspective. They look better if you put the angle right. But anyway. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that exhibit or not exhibit. I still haven't figured that out. All right, where are we at here? We're at the Indian or the hands and face. This is where we're at. And Scott, I know you're like, you told me the other day that you got to do the face first, but I kind of have the opinion like I'm going to finish this one way or another. So I'm not going to do the face, and if it's bad, throw it out. It's just going to be what it is. And maybe that's just a really confident artist. Maybe. I mean, it's not like I'm selling these to make a living or anything. So that's the beauty of it. What are you going to stare at leveling once you own it? Yeah, I'm going to put that there. I move on pretty quick though, interestingly enough. So I got my Ted Williams autograph this year. It was up for a little bit. And then I kind of moved the spot, and then like I don't even know where I put it. Strangely enough, I'm not sure I should even admit that. I don't know where my Ted Williams auto is, but I don't know where my Ted Williams auto is. And I will tell you that my Bobby Dorr and my Rick Farrell and my Carl Yastrzemski are with it. So my 4 Hall of Fame Red Sox guys on the Perez Steels are all missing. But you know what's nice about being a little bit disorganized is that when you find it, it's like finding it again for the first time. You're like, oh my God, there it is. So you get more enjoyment that way. At least that's how I reason it. I don't know. All right, Hank Aaron, what do you want to do here, buddy? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Let's get some Browns out. Or you know what? That little Indian guy, he's kind of actually, that one's going to work out good because he's like naturally kind of a little bit yellow. I don't know if that kind of sounds racist, but I didn't mean it that way. Like just literally in color, he's a little bit like orangey yellow, which is what all my things turn out looking like. I got a salmon pink. That might be close. Or petal peach. That one sounds like it'll do the Indian pretty good. Let me just. Yeah, I think it's going to do the Indian pretty good. He's a laughing Indian, no doubt. Yeah, I know the face is going to be the last. I always do the face last. All right, I got to make sure I get his tongue right here. This is his tongue. Telling you what, these fine liner markers are game changer. Game changer. Straight up game changer. And he's got some black hair here. I feel like I gotta look at that. I gotta look at that logo really good before I finish it up. So you know what that means. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's FaceTime. FaceTime. Oh, what do I want to do here, Scott? You're just here to watch me suffer. You're here to watch me suffer. I'm going to come in with this putty color on some of these highlighted areas. 1, 2, 3. I almost gave him an extra finger there or something. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure that's the right color. This might be it. Look, I'm even doing the hands first, man. Shoot, I lost this thumb. Where is it? It's right here. Kind of pops out there, and then this has got all. Might have to come in and let's see now. This is pretty light up here, and then it gets dark, and then the meat of his hand kind of comes like that, and then the knuckle comes into the finger. That's dark, dark, dark all around there. Dark, dark, dark. Okay, light, light, light. Chicken. Yeah, I know. Listen, you don't have to tell me, man. I know. I'm not sure this putty color is my exact match, but it's going to be for a hot minute until I figure something else out. That's not too bad. Where are we going next? Brown, brown, brown. Brown, brown, brown. Dark brown on the bottom. And then each one of these fingers gets a brown. Kind of a low light in there. This is all dark up in here. Dark, dark, dark. Then I come back over with this medium brown and blend it in a little bit. I think that's a good match. That's looking pretty good. That's not looking half bad. It's not looking half bad. Telling you right there, man. That's not looking half bad. Not looking that bad at all. Feeling pretty good about it, actually. I've been having this. I don't know if this is normal or not, but I've been having a little bit better luck with, like I did Jim Rice, and I feel like I had better luck with Jim Rice. The darker skin folks. I don't know what this is all about, but something about maybe the colors that, the markers that I got. The darker skin guys are coming out just a little bit better. I don't know. Hey, Spicy, you're back, man. Thanks. It's coming together pretty good, I think. Scott's been here to call me a chicken and whatnot. So that's been really good for my ego. I can't tell him how much I appreciate that support. Oh no, that's his jersey. I was gonna erase that. I was like, what's that little stray line there? But it's his jersey. All right. Now let me do that again. I think that hand came out okay. So I'm gonna replicate a little bit at least. If I can get the cap off this marker. Holy moly. Got a little bit of kind of highlights up top here. Kind of off of this knuckle. And off the top of that one. And up off this knuckle and down this way. Just a touch off of that knuckle and down that way. And then we just came in with this brown. Whoa! Oh my God, the thing just came apart. Did you see that? I don't know what I'm going to do with that. That's a travesty. We got options. Let's not get too scared, but we can just say it's dirt. Actually, that's going to go away. It's this that I'm really worried about. The marker just exploded. You guys were here for the craziness. And I think it'll just kind of come off looking like slightly dirty jersey. You probably wouldn't even know it if you don't see it. Yeah, it's getting crazy in here. Is right, Scott. The whole thing just come apart. It's amazing. All right, here's that mid brown. Okay, so that's the mid brown. Let me come in with the dark stuff, and then I'll fade them all in. All right, a little bit of dark up in this knuckle, and then down in here, dark. Get that knuckle up in there. This is dark. Kind of tails off. This is dark. All around this hand is dark. Dark, dark, dark. Dark, dark, dark. Dark up to this knuckle. Dark on those knuckles coming down. And dark kind of up into that. Dark, dark, dark. Okay. Now we come in with this medium brown and just make the magic happen, I guess. Just kind of blend it in. I think these browns just blend better than the lighter skin tone colored markers. It's just the pigments or what, but I just feel like I got a little bit more control over how they blend in. Like, I feel like that's not looking too bad. I am challenged out, but I did tell him that I would do that. I guess he's sending packs. I need to send him some money. What is that? Football? 90, was it 91 Ultra? And he's like, oh, send me some money to send it. I did that when we did the 86 tops. I was like, hey, I got a pack of 86. Like, can I just open it on the camera here? And he was like, yeah. So I didn't have any 91 Fleer Ultra football, though, that I know of. I don't think I have any. But I want to know who's going to get the Brett Favre rookie and have to send it to Brett Favre. Supposedly, every once in a while, he'll sign something. I'm going to change out this putty. I don't like this putty color. It's not bad, but, well, it's working for me. You know what? If it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm gonna do this putty, and we're gonna go to the face, and it's gonna be ugly, but I'm gonna do it mostly with those three colors that I just used on the hand. And I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. There's a little bit of a highlight here. There's some highlight around the ear. Some highlight over here on the ear. A little bit of highlight in the middle of the ear and on the lobe. And there's a little bit of highlight here and down the nose. So the light's definitely coming from this area. A little bit of highlight there. Highlight on the upper part of the lip here that kind of comes down. A little bit on the lower part of the lip. And then kind of a little bit of a lighter area in here. And a little bit up here on the eyebrow. JY Sports Card Guy, what's going on? Glad to have you in here. We're just hanging out, doodling, drawing, doodling, whatever we're calling it. And then what do I got here? I got my dark color here. It's going to kind of be down. Actually, I have a little bit of dark that gets up into there. I'm gonna lay this down as dark. But it's probably going to go even darker when I put his hair in. But I want to lay it down as dark. All up through here is pretty dark. This is definitely dark like this. Kind of dark up underneath here. What do I got? I got dark over here in the nostrils. I got a little bit of a dark kind of around that. And then even a little bit of a dip there. A little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a little bit of a dip there. And then even a lit dark kind of right on the other side of the highlight. On the other side of that highlight. And then pretty much dark. Set this jawline here with the dark. Do. And then I got dark up in the ear, kind of like right here. That kind of whips around. Dark in here. A little bit of dark right in here. And I'm going to put all dark down here. I'm going to put it dark from here to here. And then kind of from here to here. I am using a photo and then loosely drawing it that way, and then I'm coming in with the markers on the top, all kind of colored in. So like I'll start out with trying to see if I got one sticking around here. I've been trying to do a couple so like here you go. I got Whitey Herzog coming up next. So there's Whitey Herzog. Just try to get him laid down, real rough sketch. You know. Actually, you just got in here. There's the Hank that we did already. That one was actually pretty easy. But here's the other Whitey Herzog. I'm trying to get these out so I can send to Whitey. I got to finish up his face. I was going to do that tonight. I thought that was a good picture of him. I found a reference picture of him arguing with the umpire. He got like a cast on his hand and he's in the guy's face. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try to do that one. So I need to do some more detail on the jacket and the face and the hands and stuff. But like I said, I was going to try to do that tonight, but then Hank passed away. So, but like, yeah, so it starts out kind of like a general sketch like that. Real loosey-goosey. And then I come in and fill in with the markers. So Herzog's a pretty good signer, so I figured if I did two of him, and then I didn't know if he was going to be kind of weird about the one arguing with the umpire, if he would like it, but I figured I'd do two of him and send him off. But yeah, it's just, you take a reference picture and then just go from there and do a rough sketch. It's the marker work that really makes it pop. You start getting all the shades and stuff. But again, I'm not a professional, but I'm trying like heck. and Scott's probably still in here. Scott's just awesome artist, got raw talent, just knows what he's doing and some training. He's really good with faces and stuff, but Scott knows that I'm bad at faces. And so I'm trying my best here to get this right and try to do Hank some justice. But I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong or whatever, but what I can say is the pictures are coming out. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think they're coming out. Let's put it this way. They're coming out suitable enough for me, if that makes sense. They're coming out good enough that it's like, okay, hey, I think I did a pretty good job on that. And what I've noticed with these this marker brand that I have is the darker tone skin guys that I've been doing. Like I did Jim Rice the other day, and blend a little bit easier than like here's my Wade Boggs here. He looks orange or like yellowy. And so I don't think I have the right tones in my lighter skin color tone, markers. Something's missing. Everything comes out looking almost a little too orangey. Everybody looks like Trump. Whereas I'm having fairly good luck with these darker tones. So there's something there. I don't know what brand I need to get or whatever, but I'm gonna leave a little bit. I'm gonna darken this up a little bit. Oh man, yeah. So there's a bunch of people that are like, oh yeah, I used to doodle. Somebody was in here was like, oh, I got a degree in art. I don't have any experience at all with markers. This is I've been using markers now for I don't know, Scott, maybe a couple months. So that's I'm going to take that as a real good compliment. Because I really don't, I do, of course I'm here, you're saying all this nice stuff and then I'm probably going to screw this all up, but, I mess around with some watercolors. I have no formal training whatsoever, but I mess around with some watercolors and, sometimes acrylic. Just trying to get I'm gonna blend this in a little bit here, but I've just been messing around with it. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, to be honest. Trying to focus here on this. No, that ain't gonna work. I gotta come in with something else for his. Is this the color? Yeah, right here. Yeah, I've just been messing around with these markers for a little bit, but I like them. Like I said, I mess around a little bit with watercolors for a bit, and I like the watercolors better in that I can kind of make my colors a little bit more. What I'm looking for. If you got a palette, then you got. I didn't put any eyebrows on that. You can make whatever you want if you got a palette of colors that you can blend infinitely. Let me give him a unibrow there for a second here, but I'm going to blend some of that in. It's going to go away. And whereas these markers is you really got to lay down a light color and then come in with a dark, and then maybe you can erase some of it with the light color again. So it's yes. Sorry, I haven't been checking the chat. I got really focused on this face here, but favorite medium is probably watercolors or maybe even acrylics. Watercolors, you can get yourself in trouble too. You got to be really careful with the white space or the light space. So watercolors is really about, for me, layering the lights, the darks on top of the lights and going darker, 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 right? Whereas in some cases with these markers, you're better off going with the darker. Like you see here, I laid down this dark and then I came in with a kind of a medium color. and I kind of softened it up and blended it in that way. So the markers are like a little bit more forgiving that way than watercolors. The thing about acrylic is you can, you let it dry, you can paint over whatever you want with acrylic. I've never really done much with oils. I saw Scott with his ink today. I thought that was really cool. Like maybe I should try some ink. But just yeah, always good stuff from Scott. Colored pencils. I have colored pencils. Now the thing, what I was doing was I was starting out with these alcohol markers, and then kind of coming in and doing the face work with colored pencils. But this paper, I use a watercolor paper because it takes the alcohol a little bit better. But then when you try to use colored paper on it, it's almost like bumpy. So I wasn't getting good fill. But then I noticed that if I do colored pencils for shading and stuff, and I come in with an alcohol marker over it, it'll smooth the colored pencil out. I don't know if there's like a wax or something in the colored pencil, but this face is actually looking not that bad, Scott. Just saying. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a little bit of a pink hue here in his lip. Not much, and then I'm gonna take it back out with brown. But yeah, the markers are doing it for me lately. I don't know. I think it's because they're really easy to use. You can just sit down and like boom, you're like coloring. It's just like, it's I don't have to get any water. I don't have to get any I don't have to get red. I don't have to have like 5,000 brushes. Like when I'm doing watercolors, I gotta get all this stuff out. So I don't know. I mean, I'm digging these markers, and it's very like therapeutic. So like the work is not like ultra high quality, like fine work. Like I'm not going to sell the work, I don't think. But like I was earlier I've been streaming forever because I've been doodling forever. But earlier I was just saying, like, my wife likes to put on junk on the TV, and like The Bachelor, like that's like one guy, he's making out with like 20 girls. He's trying to find a wife. Like that, to me, that's just rotting your brain out. But she likes to put it on when she's a school teacher. She likes to work and correct papers and put that crap on in the background. And I think it rots your brain. So I've started this doodling, and I'll tell you what, if you're watching TV for 2 hours a night or whatever, while you're working, I can knock pretty much one out in a night. Like tonight, the first one was pretty easy. There wasn't a lot of color into it. So I'm going to get 2 done here tonight, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm digging the markers. At first I was struggling with them a little bit, but once I kind of accepted the fact that, you don't have to get it all right, it blends nice. The other thing too, so I got a set that's got like 168 colors. Now I only use the certain ones, whatever, but there's a lot of colors in there, and the alcohol markers is key. So I don't think, like, I have other markers that are like regular markers and they don't blend as nice. So alcohol markers are key. And then the colored pencils weren't really doing it for me. It just wasn't good. So I invested in a set of these markers. It's a 72 color set of they're 0.4 millimeters, so like really fine. I've got a bunch of them out here, but like, well, I'll open this up and show you guys. There's all kinds of colors in here too, so 72 of them, and that gives me enough colors to kind of do the fine work with it. But let me just, I don't know if it'll focus or not, but it's like a super fine point, like, and they're like, oops, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. But really fine point, and there's all kinds of shades of blues and grays and whatever. And so I found that coming in and doing some of the fine work with those markers is working out pretty good for me. Like I got to get this logo down a little bit better. I got to get a blown up version of it. And I really want to do a good job on that logo. But like, for example, I'll do this right now. This, the Braves is outlined in a navy blue stitching. And so like these are perfect for that. So I can come in here instead of trying to do it with the tip. Cause you look at the tip on these alcohol markers. So they come with these, well, you got, I mean, if you know, but it comes with a big chisel tip. I don't ever use those. And then it comes with these like bullet point tips, and they're okay. They're pretty good if you use if you're real soft with them, they're fine. But to be able to come in with these little 4 millimeter guys is really nice, because you can do all this fine line work with them, and I love it. I just love it. And it's actually, I'm going to come in. I got some spots that I didn't get the red all the way done, but so I need to go to red first before I come to the blue. But it's like therapeutic, like just cathartic. I put that word on Scott's thing today. Like I was just feeling pretty bummed out that Hank Aaron passed away. And it just feels good to doodle like this. Like it just feels right. You know? This is definitely better than junk TV. Like everything's better than that junk TV. Absolutely. Like I would get some stuff. Like drawing is good. I feel like more people need to draw. I mean, I'm by no means I'm not like a super artist. And maybe I'm probably not giving myself enough credit, but I mean, I don't have any training whatsoever. I just enjoy it. And I think if you know like the key things with art, you could probably do it. And I think too, like the process, like I really enjoy watching people do art. So the more you watch people do it, you say, oh, okay, he's just doing that, so I'll just do that. So and with YouTube these days, I mean, there's an unlimited amount of video time, on how to do certain things. Now, for me, I need to get in and watch some people do faces. That's my weak spot. But you watch somebody do a couple faces, you get the hang of it. You kind of see what they're doing. And that's the beautiful thing about YouTube is like people are just sharing stuff. Like what was it the other day? Like I was like, oh, I got to do that. There's something to do. Oh, I went back to my mom's. My poor mom. I don't know. You guys probably don't follow everything I do, but she got cancer, and she's doing better now. So it's not. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, my mom's got cancer, but she got no light in her bathroom, and I'm like, she's taking a shower with a flashlight. And I'm like, Mom, how long has this been broke? She's like, oh, like 3 months, because I haven't been back. I was going back a lot when she was really sick, but now she can drive herself to chemo. I haven't been going back, and then she never told anybody. So I'm doing this bathroom fan, and I got this thing ripped out. And I'm trying to put this new one in, and it's not fitting, it's not going in, and I was like, you dummy, just go on YouTube. So I put on YouTube, and sure enough, somebody else was like, oh, I got my whole ceiling ripped out, and I finally figured out how I'm going to put this bathroom fan in, and they took the guts out and screwed it in. And I was like, holy crap. Like that's what I needed like 2 hours ago, after I've been to Home Depot 5 times trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this. So there's so much stuff out. There's like so much information. I was talking to my buddy, like, you're silly if you don't use it, like working on your car, or working on like a 4-wheeler or something, like, somebody's already done that and put it on YouTube. Like if you're having trouble getting something out, or, there's some sort of trick to doing something, like somebody has already done that and it's already on YouTube. You just got to find it and watch it, and it's absolutely amazing. Like, like the cabin air filter on your vehicle. Like, how do I get my cabin air filter? It's like, oh, you got to pop this off. Like, oh my god, it would have taken me hours to figure that out. So you just pop in, like, whatever, a Honda. We got an Odyssey, so Honda Odyssey cabin air filter change. You're like, oh, well, that's pretty easy. So I need to spend some time like watching some people do some faces, because that is my weakness. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this face. I kind of neglected the eye area. That's what makes the picture, right? It's all about the eyes, but I'm feeling pretty good about my shading on the rest of it right now. So I'm letting that marinate a little bit, and I'm gonna feel good about it a little bit. I'm gonna work on the Braves chest thing here. And that's the nice thing is I can do it. I do that and we'll let it go for a little bit, and then we'll come back and work on it later. Gives it a time to kind of just set all the pigments, so I'm not monkeying around too much with it. Man, we're going to finish 2 of these tonight. That's crazy. My goal is to do 40 this year, and I think we're going to hit it because, like I said, I've been doing a couple, during the week watching TV. I think I've got 8 done, maybe. So we're not even really into 2021 that far, and we're hitting 8, so that's good. But again, I've just found that it's so relaxing. I think what happens is like especially like right now, I'm so focused on getting this line, getting it right and laying that in there and not messing up. Like, I'm not thinking about anything else in the world right now, you know? And I think it just takes your mind off of it. I think it's really good. Like, drawing is really, really good. And, this might be a little bit too realistic for some people, but like even just drawing abstract, like just weird patterns or whatever, got a little out of control there. I got excited about patterns. Just drawing whatever comes to your mind. I think it's healthy. I think more people ought to do it. And I'm convinced that people are like so tuned into hey, thanks, man, appreciate it. Yeah, rest in peace, Hammer and Hank. Appreciate you popping in. But I honestly think people are tied to the damn boob tube too much, and we ought to shut that thing off a little bit more. Of course, you're probably watching me on the boob tube, Scott. But I would argue that we're at least having a stimulating discussion. Or at least I am hoping I'm having a stimulating talking points. At least it's not some dude making out with 20 girls. Although that might be a little bit more exciting to watch. I don't know. I can't get into that stuff. And I think it rots our brains, and then it creates all these expectations. Like, like my wife's like, well, how come you didn't take me on a helicopter ride to do this for a date? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't go on, like, people don't go on helicopter rides. It's TV. She doesn't hold it against me, but, it's just like total crap. In my opinion. People watch it though, right? And people, there's commercials and whatever. People are making money on it. So that's where we're at. Gotta have it. What's automatic drawing? Automatic drawing? What is this automatic drawing? I hope you're typing something. I can't see. Oh, this blue is got me good here. There's quite a bit of it. I got to come in and do like a little penny stripe too down the. You take your old lady on helicopter rides every day? That sounds pretty fun. Kind of like pure doodling. Automatic, what do we call it? Automatic drawing? That's what I would describe, if that's what that is. That's what I do when I'm talking on the telephone. You know, like where you're having like a business conversation and you don't really know what you're doing. You're just like drawing shit and you got all these like weird doodles on your stuff. Yeah, I know Scott's living a James Bond kind of life. I've seen that in action, man. I know him. Got it made over there. Got an awesome LCS. Got a good dude, Milo. How's Milo doing anyway? See, are you guys like in school? Uh, is everybody teaching and in person, or are you guys hybrid? What are you guys doing? Let's see. My wife's got. We were out of school, like we were virtual for like a couple 5 days, and we went back. I guess. Of course, then we every once in a while we get. We were on a quarantine for 10 days, and then another 10 days. Some of the kids in our so our kids didn't have it. Just drawing shit is right. But some of the kids in the our kids never got it, but we were on these quarantines where we had to stay home, so we didn't go anywhere. We didn't see any family for Christmas. I did go back and see my mom after the quarantine, but it was so getting into Massachusetts is where I'm originally from. Um, you have to like drive. You got to drive in, like you got to fill paperwork out or whatever. So we drove in and drove out. Like we weren't even there for like 5 hours. It's crazy. Um, and we didn't visit anybody but my mom. She doesn't go anywhere, so we felt like it was a pretty responsible thing. I mean, my poor mom hasn't seen the grandkids outside of that for the whole year basically, and so we did that. It's just crazy. Hybrid. She does art? She does art teaching? Like you teach art hybrid? How do you do that? You gotta have them get supplies or something. I was wondering like how do people teach like music? I guess you can play it separate. So you guys over there are doing remote learning. We are in school, but listen to this one. Our daycare. So the girls are in daycare, the twins, and they decided that something to do with staffing or whatever that you have to wait till 9 o'clock to drop off. It's like like we got to work here, people. What is this all about? All right, what am I going to do here? I got a penny that comes down here. This Corona thing is just crazy. And then it kind of goes up in this crinkle. Whew, man, a lot of detail here on the shirt. Still figuring it out. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, what are we doing? Like, what? I'm not sure where I sit on it. I just, I think the older kids don't need to be in school as much, but they still need to be in school. There's a social aspect of it for all age of kids that it's going to be interesting to me that if, we've been basically, there's a half year last year and then, you know, parts of this year, but like a lot of kids at the younger level are not getting good, social interactions and not good habits of, schoolwork. Haven't been in since June. Wow. I would assume though a lot of your stuff, Scott, you could do remote. You got your Zoom meetings and the work you could probably do anywhere in the world, really. A lot of it. What's going on here? This penny goes right through that wrinkle. I've been traveling a little, but mostly in New York because I can't, like, I went to Vermont a little bit and they didn't want me to stay there. They're like, oh, no, you can't stay here. So I ended up staying in New Hampshire, the live free or die state, by the way. So I ended up doing that and just driving into Vermont every day for those couple days because I had to be with a customer, but some things you just can't skip out on. So it's been interesting. It's been interesting to say the least. I got to finish that Indian up, but I gotta get a better picture of that guy so I don't do it an injustice. What am I going to do with this, with his eyeballs here? Let's see. He's got brown eyes. Wow, this thing came apart again. You ever see that? This thing popped right out. Get what you pay for, man. You get what you pay for. Just make sure I got what I'm looking for. Yep, okay. His eyeball's going to be looking forward right over here. I think I could even go darker with that. Ooh, that's the dark one. That's the dark one. Where's my light one? Where did my light one go? Right here. Just trying to soften that up a little bit. Steve, what's up, man? You're right, dude. Are you? How are you doing, man? We were just talking about Corona and what a bummer it is and all this stuff. I was worried about you, man. I sent you a message. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, on the 21st. What was that? Yesterday or the day before? The day before. Yeah, we were all kind of worried for you, man. We saw that video. You all laid up, man. Are you out of the hospital by now, or are you still in, or what's going on, man? Thank you for the compliments, by the way. I appreciate that. I am definitely not a professional draw or artist or whatever, so that makes me feel good. We're getting towards the end. Oh, you just popped in. Let me show you also what else I've been working on. So I was doing a Whitey Herzog. Good, good. All right. Well, make sure you're drinking your fluids and all that stuff. I'm sure people are telling you that, but okay, good. You're out of the hospital. So here's my Whitey Herzog. I was planning on getting this one finished up tonight. I got to do the faces and handwork and whatever, a little detail on the jacket. But Hank Aaron passed. So here's the first one that I did. That was a pretty easy one. I like those pictures of players where they have their like backs turned with their names or numbers. So I did that one first. That's kind of like the newer jersey style. And I was like, man, I want to go way old school and get kind of an older picture of him as a reference and do that one. So that's what we're doing here. Wow. So that's good. That's awesome to hear, man. I'm super pumped that you're out of the hospital. So yeah, fluids, I think is the key. Yeah, I was definitely sleeping. Although you say that now, and like, what time is it now? Like, here we are at 1:30 in the morning, and I'm still up doodling. So, um, is what it is, I guess. Tonight's a late night. I don't know. I got in the mood, man. It's just like it's a bummer that Hank passed, and I needed to draw. Like I've been doing more drawing, and I feel like it's like therapeutic. So. Well, you know what? I thought I was gonna come in and put a little bit darker on his hair, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think it's looking pretty good. Is this the light one, dark one? Maybe I'll just come in and just darken it up a little bit. In this picture, he's got like really short, like almost like shaved. I think it's like a shaved hair. So I'm just going to come in and just darken it up a little bit, but not much. And I'm just going to leave it. I think after that, I'm going to leave it be because it's looking pretty darn good. Maybe his eyebrows a little bit. Keep coming back to the eyebrow. Do I want to mess with it? Do I want to mess with it? Do I want to mess with it? We're getting close there, I think, with that. Getting pretty darn close. Oh, you got an auto of his? Yeah, they skyrocketed. Holy moly. I was like, oh, what are those going for? I never did get one. And I was like, they got to be stupid right now. And obviously they are. So I don't know if they'll come back down. Probably not. And they might come down a little bit, maybe. I'm just going to take this. Whoa, that was the dark one. It's the beauty of these markers. You go a little too dark, you can turn it into something lighter pretty quick. How's everything been going? Man, I'd say in general good. See you later, Spicy. Appreciate you popping in. I try to have a positive outlook as much as I can. So I feel like everything's going fine. I mean, nobody, in my family has gotten sick. My mom got cancer in May. That was kind of rough, but she's doing really good. She's taking the chemo really good. So, I mean, it's beating her up pretty bad, but like she's alive. So, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about that. She's driving herself to chemo, which I think it's one, that's great. Her blood work looks really good. So like that was like the bad part of the year. I mean, we've been out of school, like all our kids and everything. It's been tough, but we were fortunate. So my wife's a school teacher, so she's kind of been going in and out with the school. So everything's worked out fine. And then my job, I can kind of do remotely a little bit. So, I've been kind of staying home if I can, and everything's fine there. I mean, I don't feel like I'm very efficient with my work. I used to do a lot of work because I would be driving a lot and out, sitting in a hotel a lot. So my efficiency's down at work, but my boss says, "Hey, everything's good." So things are going good, man. I mean, I can't complain. Hey, Posada, you're back. Yeah, we're kind of finishing up the second one here. I got a little bit of detail work to do yet. I'm gonna wait I want to get a blown up picture of the Indian guy here, so I don't mess that up too bad. I probably could do a little bit of outlining work here while we're still chatting here at the end. But yeah, no, we got Steve Purple GT's in here, man. So we're just catching up, man. He was in the hospital, got corona, and he's out of the hospital, so that's good. I mean, I can't complain. Like a lot of people don't have a job, or are kind of like laid off, or not making enough money, or somebody got sick, or they can't find childcare, or a lot of bad things could happen, and I'm very fortunate. Like we made it. Like I don't know if it was luck or what. I mean, some of it's planning and whatnot, but not much of it. But we're pretty lucky. We're pretty lucky. So, and I'm super glad to hear that you're out of the hospital, because I was like super worried. It's a nasty thing. Respiratory is always horrible. My dad had COPD pretty bad, and man, we went through a lot of stuff with respiratory with him. So I know how bad respiratory can be. So, I mean, we finally lost him, but it was almost a good thing, because that guy was going into a coma like every 6 months. So he was kind of suffering. It was hard to get him out of the coma. You got to do rehab and all that stuff, and he wasn't a good rehabber either. He was kind of a grumpy old man, if you will. He's a fun dude. My dad was a fun dude, but man, when he was sick, he was not. I mean, he was always joking around. He was one of those jokester guys, like if you're in a bad situation, you just kind of like make a joke, and which was good, and the nurses always liked him, but he had a rough go of that. So respiratory is always tough. So I can respect that. And when you can't breathe, that's not a good place to be. It's a little claustrophobic. Which is not a good place to be. So yeah, so I'm just taking these fine liners here and just kind of going in and tightening up some of these lines in here. And then outside of the Indian logo, will probably be pretty darn close to being done. Sorry, I'm super focused. Yeah, COVID pneumonia, no bueno. No bueno, no bueno. That's looking pretty good right there. We'll just hit this right up in here. I'll put a little more definition into the ear a little bit. I'm going to come in here and just do a little bit around the eye and around the nose just to define that a little bit more. And maybe a little bit, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around this, tighten this all up. Boom, boom, boom. That's looking pretty good there. Pow, pow. Boom, boom, boom. Shake the room. All right. I actually never knew I was this good at drawing either. Oh, shoot. I just started doodling one day. You can blame Scott at Reindeer for that. Because I was watching him. I think it all started there. One night I was in a hotel and I see Scott's doing something with a Crayola, whatever, this marker thing. I was like, shoot, I'm gonna go buy one of them. And I did it's a crappy job. But I was like, I'm gonna do one of those. And then I basically was like, well, all right, then I'm gonna do a drawing. And I was listening to, you could probably blame a little bit of Scott, a little bit of Blake Jameson because he's been doing a bunch of art, and I've been hanging out on his live streams with the Project 2020 stuff, and just like feeling creative. He's just like, yeah, go, like Blake Jameson's like balls out, just like, yeah, I'm gonna do art, and like go for it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do art. I'm gonna go for it. So a little bit of Scott, a little bit of yeah, the airbrush, the Crayola airbrush. That's where it all started, man. I mean, I dabble a little bit. I mean, I've always liked crafts and stuff, but I've never really gotten serious about drawing or coloring or whatever. A little bit of watercolor, whatever. A little bit of acrylic, whatever. But like a lot of like I've been doing pour paintings, which is like super abstract, like just like a mess. Those are fun when you just pour yourself a nice whiskey or something and just like make a shit mess with paint. I can get into that. My wife, not so much. So I only do that when she's gone. So like a lot, like sometimes to like go on vacation, like not vacation, like they're on the school vacation, and she'll go up to her parents, and I'll be like, okay, I got to work, and then like I'll be working, and then I'm not gonna work all day, so I pour myself a drink, and then it's like, hey, nobody's here. I'm gonna do messy art, and that's when that kind of stuff happens. So it's rare, but that happens as well. And so I don't know. So a little bit of Scott, a little bit of Blake Jameson to some extent. Um, and I was listening to, I can't remember his name. Scott might remember it. But he's a guy that does a lot of colored pencils and does athletes. What the heck is his name? And he makes like little cards, like little one-on-one cards. And his, like, I was looking at his stuff, and I think Blake might have been interviewing him or something. And it was like, oh my God, that card looks like a picture. Like his colored pencil work was like it was almost, I don't even know how to say this, it was like almost more real than real life. And I was like, holy crap, I've gotta try to draw something like that. Like, how does he do that? And so that's when this kind of came about. It's like, all right, I'm gonna try to do these alcohol markers with colored pencil. But and then basically what happened was like I didn't really like the colored pencil, so then I've gone to these little fine liner, and I'm having much better luck with those. And with the practice that I've been having, This is let's see, what is this? Atlanta Braves. So I think there's an A. It kind of comes up like that. I'm just gonna go for it. So I've been having better luck with these little micro markers to go with my alcohol markers. So things have been working out really good there. Let me see. I got to do this part of the jersey over here. And I'm going to do the A over here in gray. And I'm going to come back in and just color this in light blue. That's his hat. Then I'm going to come in with some red. Stick figures turn out well. There you go, man. You know what? Like Scott and I were just talking, like art is like it's so relaxing though. So like even Scott, what'd you call it? I already forgot. That's how well my mind's working right now. But free art, whatever, like doodles, like like just don't even think about it. Just grab a piece of paper and draw some stuff. Like just doodle. Scott's got a word for it. Automatic drawing. There you go. Boom. Automatic drawing. It's like automatic. You just like you don't think about it. You just do it. I'll throw a little more red right in there. Automatic drawing. I feel like this should come over. It doesn't in the picture, but it's gonna in mine. There, that's not looking so bad. It's not looking so bad. Just the Indian I gotta work on a little bit. Oh, and the bat. What do I got here? Something light. Yeah, that'll work. Let's just highlight this bat here a little bit. There's probably more detail that I can do on this bat, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it pretty simple because I don't want it to take away from Hammer and Hank. These bats are tough. You got to have a real steady hand. And I'm not sure that I do. Not too bad. Not too bad. I probably could put some shading in there. It's interesting because it looks really yellow on the camera, but it's almost a little orangey on my in real life. Not orangey, I don't know. They're a little slightly different. Okay. We're pretty darn close. We are pretty darn close here. Automatic drawing. Doodle, doodle, doodle. I think it's therapeutic. I really do. I think it's really good just to kind of zone out or zone in like this. Like I get so focused on like the fine liner stuff that I don't even, the rest of the world around you just kind of like, whatever I was thinking about is kind of no big deal. Need to come in, put a little lining around that. And I probably should do that here. Yeah, I don't think Hank Aaron Eddie Matthews is going to be anywhere in the budget. Well, I can't speak for you, but I can imagine that it's probably not. I really wanted to get a Hank auto, and I probably will someday, but I'll have to work that out. That'll be like my big, for the year, it'll have to be my big chase. I mean, he wasn't an overly prolific signer, I don't think, but he signed quite a bit. So I think there's a lot of stuff out there. Boy, guys, this is getting pretty close here. Every minute we're getting closer. I think I'm just going to wipe out a little bit of this ear thing here. It's getting a little too shiny for me. I almost want to like smudge that. That's what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with, cover it up, and then come in and take it back out. Not with that. With just like that. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Crazy. Crazy, 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 man. All right, I'm not going to mess around with it much more because I think it looks good. Other than the Indian. You guys seeing any glaring anything here? Oop, I found something. I found something. An outline up top here. Get the helmet outline. I get everything there outlined. Everything's looking good there. Outside of the Indian, I think we're feeling pretty good. That's it. I think I'm done. Outside of the Indian. Tomorrow I'll have to find a logo of the Indian and blow it up a little bit and get all those details right. But otherwise, we're done, man. Got 2 Hank Aarons done tonight. That's crazy. You guys are all night owls. You guys are bumping up my power rankings for my YouTube channel. Live streams really do that. Should do more live streams. I don't do a lot of live streams. Probably should do more. It's good just hanging out. I always feel like it's just me talking, but I don't know. I guess I can do that. Steroids will do that to you, won't they? I understand that. Get you every time. Oh man, let me put all my markers away now. That's part of the work. Where'd this one come from? Right there. Tell you what, I got the one marker set. I don't know if it was on sale or whatever for like $30. It's crazy. And then I think I got this marker set for like $30. So for $60, I'm in everything I need. Yeah, prednisone. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you kind of need it, but no bueno as well. Stuff's pretty nasty. Just cleaning up my markers. Maybe I ought to do more live streams. Scott, maybe we ought to do some live streams together. I was thinking about a drawing thing where we could draw something together, and then everybody could see how good yours is versus mine. But I would always be like a gracious loser. You know, it's kind of like Iron Chef. You know, like where you compete against like a professional, and you know, the odds of winning. Or you know that one the other one that's funny is beat Bobby Flay. You know, where you try to beat Bobby Flay, and nobody ever beats Bobby Flay. Like, I've watched that show like 40 times, and like one person beat Bobby Flay. It's almost like, come on, man. Everybody can't beat Bobby Flay. I mean, he's probably good. I mean, he's been around a long time. He knows how to cook, but I think it's rigged. Kind of like 11 degrees of separation. All right. You know, okay, let's that would be a big deal. So we got to think about somebody that we want to draw. I'm like open to anybody. So let's think about that. I'll get with you on that. And then like one of these Friday nights we'll do a draw off. All right, I'm probably going to shut her down. Man, I appreciate you guys sticking with me to the end. We had some good guys in early. We got some good guys in the middle. We got some good guys here at the end. So, and we ended up with some pretty decent drawings, I'd say. I mean, we did that one and we did this one. This one was really basic. This one here come out pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that. So every once in a while, I surprise myself. Yeah, like 2 people beat Bobby Flay. It's like impossible. All right, guys. You guys have an awesome night. Yeah, so awesome that I caught you or you caught me or whatever, Steve. It's pretty cool. Glad that you're doing a little bit better. Drink those fluids up, man. We're definitely thinking about you. So hopefully you'll be feeling a lot better here in another couple days or whatever. But all right, guys, we'll catch you later. If anybody's watching, I think this is gonna go to YouTube, like published. So if you're open to anything, best of luck. Don't forget to collect to connect, and have an awesome day.